Hello, it's Damien Lilacs. I'm going to be doing a autism spectrum test today, and just so you guys know, this test is not 100% accurate, although it can help kind of roughly tell you where you land on this autism spectrum. And if you do think you do have autism and you have not been diagnosed yet, I do suggest you do seek help and maybe get a diagnosis, so in case there are areas that you might want help in life that you want to be able to advance in, then maybe you can get the help that you need in a more professional way. There are 50 questions, and they have us answer by definitely agree, slightly disagree, definitely disagree. And the first question is, I prefer to do things with others rather than on my own. I like to do things with others, although I'd rather do them on my own because I don't really work at the same pace as other people do. So it's easier to just do them on my own, so slightly disagree. Number 2, I prefer to do things the same way over and over again. I definitely have a routine through my day, and if that gets interrupted, it gives me anxiety, so it's really good for me to stay on a routine. So definitely agree. Number 3, if I try to imagine something, I find it very easy to create a picture in my mind. I don't have an easy time creating things in my mind, so definitely disagree. Number 4, I frequently get so strongly absorbed in one thing that I lose sight of other things. That definitely happens sometimes. I get very invested in something that I'm doing, and I'll lose sight of time and just do that until it's done. So, slightly agree because sometimes I can stop. Number 5, I often notice small sounds when others do not. With my high sensory system, I definitely have a height in sensory to sound, and so I definitely notice some sounds that people do not. So definitely agree. Number 6, I usually notice car number plates or similar strings of information. I definitely notice that, and it will just ruminate in my brain for weeks at a time. Sometimes it'll go days where it doesn't and then just pop back up. So definitely agree. Number 7, other people frequently tell me that what I've said is impolite even though I think it is polite. I definitely agree with that slightly agree with that, because sometimes I do say things and I'm very blunt, so I don't always know that I'm coming across as rude, so people have to tell me. Although I am aware that sometimes that happens, so when people do tell me, I do try to fix it. So slightly agree. Number 8, when I'm reading a story, I can easily imagine what the character might look like. Definitely disagree. It is really hard for me too. Number 9, I am fascinated by dates. I am very fascinated by dates. I love to remember birthdays. Just all kinds of dates they're very fascinating to me. So definitely agree. Number 10, in a social group, I can easily keep track of several different people's conversations. With my audio processing disorder, I definitely cannot keep track of more than one, especially more than 2. More than 2 just sounds clash and I cannot hear anything at that point. So definitely disagree. Number 11, I find social situations easy. I'm very antisocial. It gives me a lot of anxiety, and I just don't like chit-chat, and I don't like eye contact, and I don't like touching, so social situations are definitely not easy, so definitely disagree. Number 12, I tend to notice details that others do not. Yes, I do. I am very detail-oriented. All of this art behind me is art that I have done, and if you can see, it's very detailed. So, yes, I love details. So, I definitely agree. Number 13. I would rather go to a library than to a party. I've never been to a party, and the idea of people touching me, the loud noises, the strobe lights, possibly, all that, it does not flatter me, so I definitely agree. I'd rather go to a library than a party. Number 14. I find making up stories easy. When I was a kid, I could, although not really that easy, so slightly disagree. It was more like whenever I was doing English class that I could sometimes, but it's mostly like nonfiction that I write, so I can't really make up a story. Number 15. I find myself drawn more strongly to people than to things. Sometimes, I'm more strongly drawn to my boyfriend, although other than that, I prefer other animals and things, so slightly disagree. Number 16. I tend to have very strong interests which I get upset about if I can't pursue. Slightly agree because sometimes I do, but I'm able to deal with it if it happens because I can always do something that I want to do. So it's not the end of the world, at least. Number 17. I enjoy social chit-chat. Not really, no. I definitely disagree. Number 18. When I talk, it isn't always easy for others to get a word in edgewise. Slightly agree, yeah. But I always try to let others. It's just I get so focused on something, so I can't always stop my train of thought, although I try to let other people talk. So slightly agree. Number 19. I am fascinated by numbers. I love numbers. Math is my favorite subject, so definitely agree. Number 20. When I am reading a story, I find it difficult to work out the characters' intentions. Yeah, I'm not good at that. I can sometimes do it, although I'm really not. So, definitely or slightly disagree. 21. I don't particularly enjoy reading fiction. Definitely not. Definitely disagree. 22. I find it hard to make new friends. Slightly agree because I'm very antisocial, so it's kind of hard for me too. 23. I notice patterns in things all the time. Yes, I do. I love patterns. Patterns fascinate me, so definitely agree. 24. I would rather go to the theater than to a museum. No, I prefer museums, so definitely not. 25. It does not upset me if my daily routine is disturbed. Definitely disagree. It does upset me a lot. We're halfway there. 26. I frequently find that I don't know how to keep a conversation going. Slightly agree because sometimes it's hard for me to, although I can pretty much handle it. 27. I find it easy to read between the lines when someone is talking to me. Slightly disagree. Sometimes I can, although most of the time it's really hard. 28. I usually concentrate more on the whole picture rather than the small details. Definitely disagree. I prefer small details, and then the whole picture afterwards. 29. I am not very good at remembering phone numbers. Definitely disagree. I am very good at remembering phone numbers. 30. I don't usually notice small changes in a situation or a person's appearance. Definitely disagree. I typically do notice those things off the bat, or very shortly off the bat. 31. I know how to tell if someone listening to me is getting bored. Slightly disagree. Sometimes I can, most of the time I can't though. 32. I find it easy to do more than one thing at once. Slightly disagree. Sometimes I can, but most of the time not at all. 33. When I talk on the phone, I am not sure when it's my turn to speak. Definitely agree. It is very hard for me to know those things. 34. I enjoy doing things spontaneously. Definitely disagree. I hate spontaneous stuff. 35. I am often the last to understand the point of a joke. Slightly agree. Sometimes I can, but most of the time, not really. 36. I find it easy to work out what someone is thinking or feeling just by looking at their face. Slightly disagree. Sometimes I can, although most of the time, not really. 37. If there is an interruption, I can switch back to what I was doing very quickly. Definitely disagree. It is so hard for me to. I am good at social chit-chat. Definitely disagree. I am definitely not at all. 39. People often tell me that I keep going on and on about the same thing. Definitely agree. I do that a lot. 40. When I was young, I used to enjoy playing games involving pretending with other children. Slightly disagree. I wasn't really into that. I preferred to actually play things that made sense that actually were real. 41. I like to collect information about categories of things, like types of cars, birds, trains, plants, and such. I definitely do. I like rocks, and I like art and some such. There's a bunch of little different things that I like, so definitely agree. 42. I find it difficult to imagine what I would be like to be someone else. Definitely agree. Except for the fact that I would love to be born in a guy's body because I'm trans, so. That is the one thing I can't imagine of being something else is being a guy because, I mean, yeah, I'm trans. 43. I like to carefully plan any activities I participate in. Definitely agree. I love planning everything out to the second. 44. I enjoy social occasions. Definitely not. I'm not that social at all. I do not like social occasions. 45. I find it difficult to work out people's intentions. Slightly agree. It can be definitely difficult for me too at times. 46. New situations make me anxious. Definitely agree. They make me very anxious. 47. I enjoy meeting new people. Not really. Definitely disagree. 48. I am a good diplomat. Definitely agree. I am very good at being a diplomat. 49. I am not very good at remembering people's date of birth. Definitely disagree. I am very good at that. 50. Last question. I find it very easy to play games with children that involve pretending. Slightly disagree. I am not that good at it, although I can try my best. So that was the last question. Let's see what the results are. I got 47 out of 50. And you need to score 33 out of 50 to be considered autistic on this spectrum. So for this test, I am very autistic, although I know I am because I've been told by doctors. So there's my score. I will be doing another video that does pinpoint where I am on the spectrum. Hopefully that can help some of you guys. And hopefully this test can help you guys. And if you guys think you might have autism or not, and if you do score within that range, or even close to that range, I do suggest you go seek professional help to see if you are autistic and could get help in some ways or not if you want in your life. Although that is it for my video. If you liked it, please hit the like. If you really want to see more videos, please subscribe and hit that bell for more notifications on whenever I'm posting. I am going to be starting to post every Tuesday and Friday at 12 p.m. CST time. Also, I do have Facebook and I do have Twitter. My links are on my YouTube account, and I do post weekly, multiple times if you want weekly updates on my videos and just things that are going on that could help other people out. I hope you liked my video. Have a good day. Bye!